Urgent Philadelphia Eagles fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Philadelphia Eagles updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Eagles fans, today we have some fascinating updates that really shake up the landscape of the NFL, especially for our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. You know, the Eagles have been known for building one of the most formidable offensive lines in the league, a unit that's been a cornerstone of their success in recent seasons. But, as we all know, the NFL is a constantly changing environment. Players come and go, teams shuffle their rosters, and new opportunities arise. So, what's the latest? Well, a story that's been making waves across the league involves a player you might remember from the 2019 NFL Draft, Andre Dillard. Now, Dillard was selected by the Philadelphia Eagles with the 22nd pick in the first round of the 2019 draft. Many fans saw him as a potential cornerstone for the team's offensive line, especially given the Eagles' focus on protecting their franchise quarterback and establishing a strong running game. But, as it often happens in the NFL, things didn't go exactly as planned. Dillard's time with the Eagles was somewhat turbulent. He appeared in 43 games over 3 seasons, but he only started in 9 of those. That's not exactly the kind of production you'd expect from a first-round pick, especially one with the pedigree and talent to be a long-term starter. The Eagles, after evaluating their roster and the development of their players, decided to part ways with Dillard. They released him, and this move was seen by many as a strategic decision. Sometimes teams have to make tough choices to stay competitive, and that's exactly what the Eagles did. So, Dillard hit the free agent market, and that's when his journey took some interesting turns. The Tennessee Titans picked him up, giving him a fresh start and an opportunity to prove himself. He spent a single season in Tennessee, starting in 10 games, which was a promising sign that he still had the talent and motivation to compete at the NFL level. But then, just as you think his story might be settling into a stable chapter, things got even more interesting. After his time with the Titans, Dillard was signed by the Green Bay Packers. The Packers, known for their competitive roster and their ability to develop players, brought him in hoping he could contribute. Unfortunately, his stint in Green Bay was short-lived as well, and he was released after 1 season. It's the kind of roller coaster that many NFL players experience, moments of hope, flashes of potential, but sometimes just not the right fit or the right timing. And now, here's the big twist in the story. Just this past Friday, Dillard signed a 1-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers, a team that's been a powerhouse in recent years, especially on offense. The 49ers already boast one of the best tackles in football, Trent Williams, who's been a dominant force on the line. But, as we all know, injuries can strike at any time, and depth is crucial, especially when dealing with a player like Williams, who has missed games due to injury. In the 2024 season, Williams missed 7 games, which left the 49ers scrambling for reliable replacements. There was even some speculation that Trent Williams might consider retirement this offseason, given his age and the physical toll of the game. But, in a recent statement from General Manager John Lynch, we learned that Williams is motivated and plans to return for the 2025 season. That's great news for the 49ers, but it also means that Dillard's signing is a smart move. They're bringing in a player with experience, who can step in when needed and push for a spot on the active roster. Now, for Dillard, this is a pivotal moment. He's got a chance to show that he was worth that first-round pick back in 2019. He's got a chance to demonstrate that he can be a dependable backup, or maybe even compete for a starting role if opportunity knocks. The NFL is a league that rewards resilience, and Dillard's journey so far is a testament to that. He's been through the ups and downs, and now he's looking to carve out a new chapter with the 49ers. But let's talk a little about the broader context here. The Eagles, as a team, have been steadily building one of the league's most talented offensive lines. With guys like Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, Jordan Mailata, and Landon Dickerson, the Eagles have assembled a front that's both aggressive and technically sound. Their commitment to a strong offensive line has been a key factor in their recent success, including their Super Bowl victory in the 2017 season. That championship was built on a dominant rushing attack and a stout pass protection unit, led by those key players. Yet, even with such a solid foundation, the NFL's nature is to evolve. Players get injured, younger talents emerge, and teams are always on the lookout for upgrades. The Eagles are no different. They've been linked with various prospects in the draft and free agency, always aiming to keep that offensive line at the top of its game. Losing a player like Andre Dillard, who was once seen as a potential future star, is a reminder of how cutthroat and competitive this league truly is. But it also underscores the importance of depth and versatility, qualities that the Eagles continue to prioritize. Meanwhile, Dillard's story is a classic example of how difficult it is to transition from being a first-round pick to a consistent starter NFL player. The jump from college to the pros is enormous, and not every talented player manages to find their footing right away. Some players need time, some need the right system, and others need a bit of luck. Dillard's journey reflects that reality perfectly. Despite the setbacks, he's still fighting, still chasing his dream, and still eager to prove that he belongs at the top level of the league. And speaking of the 49ers, they're a team that's been at the forefront of the NFL's recent success stories, thanks to their innovative coaching staff led by Kyle Shanahan. They've built a roster that's both talented and deep, capable of competing at the highest level. Their quarterback situation has been a hot topic in recent years, especially with Brock Purdy's rise as a potential franchise guy. But protecting that quarterback and maintaining a strong offensive line remains a top priority. Dillard's signing fits into that philosophy, adding depth, competition, and a player who's hungry to prove himself. In terms of expectations, Dillard will likely be fighting for a backup role initially. But the NFL is a league of opportunity, and with Trent Williams' health always a question mark, Dillard could find himself in a prime position to step up when called upon. The key for him now is consistency, staying healthy, and showing that he can be a reliable piece in the 49ers puzzle. It's a story of redemption, of perseverance, and of seizing the moment when it finally comes. For the Eagles fans listening, it's a reminder of how quickly things can change in the NFL. Our team continues to focus on building a formidable offensive front, but the league's landscape is always shifting. Players like Andre Dillard remind us that every roster spot counts, and every opportunity is a chance to make a name for yourself. The Eagles front office no doubt keeps an eye on these movements, always planning ahead, always looking for ways to maintain their edge. So, what does this mean for the Eagles? Well, it's a reflection of how competitive the league is, and how even players who once wore the Eagles jersey are now making their moves elsewhere, trying to carve out new paths. It's a testament to the level of talent and the high standards required to succeed in the NFL. And as Eagles fans, we should appreciate the strength of our team's core, but also stay alert for how these stories unfold around the league, because it all circles back to how we can improve, adapt, and stay on top. Looking ahead, the 2025 NFL season promises to be another exciting chapter. The Eagles are expected to be contenders again, and their offensive line will likely be a key factor in that pursuit. Meanwhile, players like Andre Dillard will be fighting for their NFL lives, trying to make an impact wherever they land. For him, this is a critical moment, an opportunity to show that he was worth that first-round pick, that he still has what it takes to succeed at the highest level. And for us, as fans, it's a reminder of the relentless nature of football, always evolving, always challenging, and always full of stories of perseverance. So, as we wrap up today's update, I want you all to keep an eye on how the story develops. Will Dillard find a way to stick with the 49ers? Will he finally fulfill the promise that made him a first-round pick? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, every NFL player's journey is a story worth following, full of ups and downs, triumphs and setbacks. And here at the channel, we'll be right here to bring you all the latest news, analysis, and insights, so make sure you stay tuned. Because the NFL never stops, and neither do we. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this story? Do you think Andre Dillard still has a shot at redemption? How do you see the Eagles' offensive line shaping up for the upcoming season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news and analysis. Thanks for watching, and as always, fly Eagles fly.